welcome to my channel. Today we'll be doing the continuation. If you're seeing this video, this is the continuation of the first one we did on how to cut this pattern and the alterations we made to it. And this particular video is the part 2 of it, and it's the continuation of what we did and the coupling of the bodies and how we achieve the rows actually. So do make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified each time I upload a video. And also leave a comment in the comment section down below, and make sure to share our videos to your loved one if you find it very helpful. So thank you and keep watching. On my piece, I've cut them out safely, making sure I'm using the fabric for the lining as well. So this I have two pieces, the same as this. I have like let me say 8 pieces. This is 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, these are all that I need for this. Some surface. And we will proceed. I'm going to add my stay to it because the fabric is quite light. Then we'll proceed from there, making the other one. So if you do everything right, this is what you should have. So get your fabric and fold it in a bias form. Okay, in a bias form like so. Okay. Then, depending on the fullness you want, like I said, when I made this, it didn't give me much fullness, okay? It's just there, probably maybe because of the lining. It was the lining that I used, so that's why I decided to try it this way. Since it's a triangle, I think this way will come out better. So what you're going to mark is, let's do 16. Okay, let's do 17 so that we'll have, it's better we'll have more fullness. 17 here, and here we'll do 15.5, if that makes sense. Okay, so I just want here to drop more, so I'm just going to connect like so. Okay, we could decide to, I prefer doing it safer. Okay, I only tried out that one. I have to point it out, so I only tried that one out. So let me just say, let's do 18 here, or because if we have excess, it's better. If we have excess, we can always trim it off. Let's do 19. You have excess, you can reduce. But when it's short, and 16, okay? So let's just connect the 19 here to this place, okay? So we're just going to cut this out. Like so. So all we need to do is to take it to the machine. You're going to cut 2 pieces, okay? We take it to the machine. And we're going to secure here. I'm going to sew here downwards, okay? Sew with 0.5, okay? So I'll cut the next one, but I'll cut it off the camera, and we'll come back. Now I have my 2 pieces, okay? I will couple the rest of the fabric, the bust line, before we come back to this particular one. So just go ahead and join all your necessary stitches, though I will show us a bit process. I might not show the full process, okay, because if not, this video is going to be too long. All right, make this. I've made a cup. I hope you can. So I've made my cup. You can see I use the zigzag. And let me turn the light to show you, the camera to show you the stitch that. So if you have this type of machine, I don't know if you can see, I use the number 4 it's preferable use the number 4, the one that is like a loose zigzag kind of, because if you use this one is a bit tighter. This number 3 is a bit tighter. If you use this one, you may not grip the side the way you ought to, then you reduce the tension as well. But this number 4 works perfectly for this. So I have done this with this. This is what we have, the one that I've not done. And I also want to point out that you can see I doubled it. Okay. I'm really not gluing this because I did it the wrong way. The glue part has to be inside. The glue part was outside, so it was gluing on my machine, on my iron, which wasn't good. So I had to stop at this point. But I'm going to cover it with cloth, so it doesn't really matter. So this is it. If you don't have this type of machine, you can use your needle to do a stitch. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of illustration on how you can achieve this. So the reason I doubled my pad was because I do not want to use, I don't think I want to use this. Okay. Even if I want to use this, like after I've done this, I could put this inside like so. You see? But I don't want to use this. You see, I've added stay on my surface to give it that firmness. It will do the work. Though this is medium tight. Okay, this is medium thick. It's not that thick. There is a thicker one that when you use it, you don't even need to double it because it will give you what you want. I do see those ones on IG, but I've never seen it here in Abuja. So I don't know where they sell it. So now let me show you how to do this. You take like this. You pass from here again. You pass it like so. Make sure it's equal. Bring it out on this side. Okay. You do like so. You turn to the side. This side. Hope you can see. But the trick, sorry, I hope you can see what I'm doing. But the trick is to make sure that the edges are equal. Then you're going to run this through. It will take time, but you will achieve. I just want to show us. Then you're just going to run it down. Okay. I'm just showing you this in case you're seeing this video and you do not have this type of domestic machine that enables you to do your zigzag stitch, just so that you can run it like this. Just that it's going to take a little time, but you can achieve it with it. Okay, that being said, now we'll proceed. I have ironed my stay. This is my, please make sure you put your paper together so you know. This is my CF, as you can see, my CF side, that's my center front side. So that this enables me know that this is going towards the side. And I want to point out, when you're cutting out this, I didn't add seam allowance in the middle. There was no seam allowance. There was here, but I didn't have to check. There was no seam allowance added to it at all. Okay. You see, there was no seam allowance added to it at all, but that's because I'm using a zigzag stitch to do it. Okay, but if you want to sew it with your normal machine like this, you need to add your seam allowance. Okay, but it's not advisable you do that because it will make it bulky at the middle, to not relax. That is why this is the best method to use. Okay. So I just want to point it out because I don't think I showed where I cut it. So this when I was cutting this part, there was no seam allowance included. But when I was cutting the fabric part of it, I added my 0.5 here and 0.5 here. Okay, if that makes sense, please. All right, now I'll proceed to couple this. I said that I am using the fabric for the lining. Okay, so that means I'm cutting double. Okay, so I'm going to take this side and stitch with this other side. Okay, and make sure to notch your middle if this is your first time, because you will get confused. I already know that this is my nipple point. Okay, so I will take this. This will go with this. I'm going to stitch with my 0.5 like so, like you see me do. Oh, my zigzag was still on my part. Okay, so I'm just going to sew around. I'm going off camera. Well, I will just do this one so you see how I'm doing it. Okay, it has to align if you're doing it the right way. So this is what we have. Okay, remember to indicate. This is my center front. This is my side. So I'm still going to indicate here. CF, CFS. So that I won't get confused, okay? So while picking it, as you pick this, you label. It will help you go a long way so you don't make mistake, or you do notches, so you do like different kind of notch to know which side is which side. Okay, so now I'm going to couple the rest of the things, and I'll come back. We'll do the next step. So I have sewn my cup. Okay, this is what we have. I've also indicated, so I know this is CFS. This should be the side. This is the center front. So I have 4 pieces. Like I said, I'm using the fabric for the lining. So this is what we have. So now I have sewn this off camera, but I'm going to show us. This is the middle point, the front panel. Okay. So you're just going to take to your machine. This is the center front. Remember, when you cut, you're cutting on fold like so. So when you're done, you put your interface and you open it. Okay, if I skipped that part. So now I'm just going to align it and sew on my added allowance, 0.5. That was what I added. When I'm done sewing this side, I'll flip open, I'll take this other side and I'll turn it this way, and I'll also sew. Okay. Then I've done for this. This is the back. The 2 sides of the back. I've held my zipper allowance because I'm using zipper for this. There's no loop for this place. So I've done it. So I'm just going to press it iron. When I'm done sewing the rest, press it iron it, open it. Then I'm going to sew on my dart. Now, if you're done with this, let's just do that and I'll come back. And for For this one, we cut out like a cone or triangle. I hope you can see it fully. For this one, that will cut out like so. What I'm going to do, I've sewn this one, but I want to, so I'm done. I've ironed this place. Okay. So this will be for my back. Okay. Right now, if you want to add boning to it, it's a perfect time. So I'm going to use this boning. I'm just going to like create a channel randomly. Nothing, because it's an inbuilt sewing that I want to do for the corset. Okay. I'll just do a random. I'm going to sew here and here. Then I can do a slant like so. That will end somewhere here. There's no particular order to it. I'll do another one like so. Okay. Then I'll add one to the middle. You can choose to also do like so. I must not necessarily do all that I marked, okay? So all this line that I made like so, I'm going to just stitch boning on it. It's a sewable boning. It's readily boning, okay? I've ironed it out. So you make sure you leave like 0.7 or 0.5 away from where you're starting and where you're ending it, because so when you turn it, it can relax. So this is what I will have when I make it. I'll match here as well. So that's what I'm just going to do basically. So for the same thing, I'm just going to do same at the back. I already have my darts for the back. So I will just I'll match this inside for the back. When I'm done with that, I'll do that. Then I'll just randomly put like so. Okay, hope you're seeing it. There's no particular order to it. It's just an inbuilt. It's just to give the structure, not just, You can choose to skip it actually. It's not a must. So you do like this. Just to give it that like I said, you can choose to leave it. The focus of this tutorial is actually on the bust, not the body, okay? So here we need this, and I need my gum. So I'll just add one more here. So I'll just make sure the center front aligns with this. So I don't repeat the same mistake I made. I'm just going to gradually check. You know that this part do expand, right? So I'll just need to put this. So here we have it. It's already glued. So this will be going to the front panel. While this, I will sew this to this. So now, before I sew in my boning,
I would love to sew this because it will make life easy for me. So to sew this, what you just need is you take this, and also you can be very creative with it. You can use your boning to do a cage on this one on the inside. Okay, so that when you turn it over, it will stand. If you're using like only this, this is not going to. The reason why I'm not really bothered about it is because I'm covering it with, you understand? But in as that, you see that it's still standing. Then imagine when you add caging, when you cage this first, and now use it as you see that you will have a very strong, this tutorial is actually loaded. But that's not why. Let's just move forward to what we're doing. So here, you see, I'm just going to pin here and sew with 0.5 like so to this point and like so. Then you can notch here before you start so that it will be easy for you to rotate it. Okay, so that's what to do now. So let's fix the rows. Sorry, the fan is blowing. So here, this part is going to be here, okay? So I'm just going to pin here like so. And you also need your thread, your needle and thread. So I've secured the center front. So I'm just going to distribute the roses. You just take your time. Nobody promised it was going to be easy. So I'll pin here. You see? You need your pin for this. So I'm just in a way that like I said earlier, later you have excess that shortage, okay? So we'll just pin here first. Pin it across the edges so you know what you're working with. The excess you might be taking out. Okay? So now we know the excess we have. Like so. Yeah. Secure. I just want to secure it like this first. I'm going to trim it up. I want to see what I'm working with. So now we distribute evenly. So the middle point, let's secure it first. So successfully secure the midpoint. So try as much as possible just to make it look even if it's not. I think this draped better than this, but you see, we move. So let's sew. I have to take you to my sewing machine. So you see how I'm going to sew this. So I'm going to start here. So you just make sure the edge align like so. You sew like so. To the center front like this where the pin is aligning. When you get there, you stop. Then you start from here again. That way it will be easy for you. You won't struggle and it will come out straight, okay? You start again and you end here, okay? Please ignore the excess of this. Make sure that this side and this side aligns. Even if there's an excess here, just make sure you are engaging it, okay? That's the only way we'll get the desired result we want. So now I'm going to start from here again. So now we have successfully attached this part. So we're just going to trim off all the excess we don't need here. Before we do that, I'm just going to run a stitch here. to secure it. Okay. So we don't need this part. You trim off the part you don't need. All the excess on the inside that you don't need. Now we remove this thing. And you can now adjust and readjust, then secure your stitch. Each adjustment you make, if that's how you want it, you secure it. I hope you see. So I'm going to do the other one, which I won't show us how I'm going to do it, but with this you know how to fix this. So you just give it a good press, okay? So I have this is the lining, like the one I'm going to use. I hope you can see it clearly. To turn it. So this is like my facing or the lining of this piece, okay? So this is the inner. This is how it looks, okay? If you do your rows and you don't get an even distribution, it's still okay. It doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. This was in this, I think this is finer than this, but we move. Okay, so I'm just going to couple my dress. I will add my sewing allowance. Then I've cut out a strap. This is 0.7. It's 0.7, okay? So I'm just going to attach it here. Okay. When attaching it, this side that you sewed should be like this, face up like this, so that when you turn it, it's not going to be showing on the side, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to, what I need is 14. If you don't know how to get the length of your strap for your, maybe your off shoulder and all that, all you need to do is to use the yoke you cut out. You know, there's something we cut out here that I didn't need when I did the cut. You're just going to merge the front yoke and the back yoke, and that will give you what you want. Mine is 14, so I'm doing 15.5. So I'm going to just sew on 0.5, 0.5. So I'm going to do 15. So when I sew on 0.5, 0.5, it will give me what I want. So I'm just going to cut this out. It's folded in two, so I will slit it, one side for the left, one side for the right. It's always good to have excess, that shortage. So let's see, I have 15, okay? So now I'm just going to attach here, okay? I will attach here, then I will sew the back. Let me show you how to take my measurement. I just have to put my measurement on this back panel and mark it. Then I just hold it and sew. Okay, so you do that, and we'll get back to it. So I have fixed the hand. So in case you're wondering what I did, or the distance I use from where I joined this cup. I did 1 inch, so it started from 1 inch away from where I joined this cup. Okay, just in case. And you can do this smaller, maybe tinier or bolder, depending on your choice. So I have, at this point, I've fixed my zip and I've tried it on. I like the fit, so I will proceed. The only thing is that here is a little bit, the down part is a little bit free, but it's still okay. It doesn't have to be too tight. I don't like my clothes really too tight, so there's no point snatching it. It's not, I'm not using a loop, it's a zip. I'm okay with it, but maybe I will just take out 0.2. So when you try it out, all the necessary adjustments you need to do. And while you're doing the adjustment on the main fabric, you're going to repeat same adjustment here because you want a perfect fit. And I told you I added boning to this place so it will give it a structure. So the lining has boning. The back part, the dart of the back part, there is a boning here. You can also skip this. It's not necessary. Like, you can just do a plain. But if you want it more like, then you can do that. I don't even know why I ended up doing it. So now what I'm going to do now is, and in case you're wondering, I use close to 3 hours of boning for this. So just in case you're wondering how many bonings you need. So now to put the facing, all you need to do, like I said, I'm going to go in to take out 0.5, but I just want to show us before I will do that, because when I do that, I'll just couple the clothes. So all you need to do is make sure everything aligns and you pin thoroughly. Okay, you see, because if you sew according to your allowance, everything is supposed to align. So you just sew with 0.5 on the upper part, 0.5, and when you get here, don't worry, here is not tricky. When you get here, when you're sewing the zipper part, you see this zip, you come this way, you sew like 0.3 away from the main stitch or so. You just sew it down to where this one ended, and you, for the zip, I forgot to point out this point. For the zip, I came up by 1 inch. That's because when I'm done sewing, I will have 0.5 left, so that this, when I turn, I will have room to always stick my zip in. Okay, then you just sew around, then you leave a space. You can choose to leave a space on the zipper allowance side, maybe 3 inch, 4 inch, or you can choose to leave the space on the down part to turn, where you will turn out the inside, because we're doing a bag, is it bag stitch they call it? Yeah, a stitch that we won't find where it's stitched when by the time we are done. That is why it's important to make sure that your measurements are accurate. You test your clothes, make sure you like the fit, because when you use this part of stitching to readjust it is always a problem, like it gives stress. So you just make sure all your clothes are fitted the way you should fit. If you're making it for a client, you call the client over to test, and when you confirm that everything is okay, you can proceed to seal up the other part. All right, and if you watch to this point, thank you for watching, because this is the last part of the cloth. It's just the turning. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe to our channel, and drop a comment. It helps our video. Drop a comment, and it not just help our video, it encourages us. It makes you feel, oh, so someone liked what I did, so this is impactful. You just have that courage to do more. It motivates you to do more. And if you try this, you can use any of our handle. On TikTok is Etlin Fit, On Instagram, the same thing. I have a Facebook page. On my Facebook page, I think it's Italy stitches, but it always pops up at the beginning of the video. But I'll put it at the end of the video as well, so that you can follow us on our handles and let's interact. So I'm done sewing. I just want to show you guys. Here I'm trying to bring out my clothes. You see the struggle because of the boning. So I'm going to, by the end of this video, when I'm done, I'm going to show you another way you can do this. All you need to do is to measure the full width of your dress. Okay? Of the top. Then you cut a bias. Then do your turning. Because of the boning, that's difficult because of the boning and the rows inside. Okay? So if you do it that way, you measure straight, you're going to have just measure straight. Just hold on, I'll show you. We are almost at it. Okay. You need like 5-inch space, not 3. 3 won't do the work. To turn this type out because of the boning. And the good thing is this is Regilene boning. If it was that other plastic boning, I don't think it was going to work at all. So yeah, we are done. So I'm just going to make sure I bring out all the edges. This will take a little while. Okay. So this is where I turned it from. I'm just going to do a stitch. You can decide to top stitch, but I have a way of doing it. I'll use a needle to do it. I'm going to show us. So this is it. This is what we have. So what you're going to do next is the rows that didn't really align well, like this one, I had issues with it. It didn't give me what this gave me. This was stress-free, came out well. This was a little bit stress-free, even if I did it twice. So what I'm just going to do is, I will just do some hand tackling to it. Okay. So this is what we have. I'm going to use what's it called? I'm going to use this to pass through the inner. So because I didn't top stitch, you see it's bulging out, and you don't want that. So I'm just going to use it so that when I press it will just stay flat. I'll pass it before I do the sealing of this. So if you know how to use needle to close do your in finishing, you use. If you don't, just use a matching thread. It's just a little space, nobody will notice. Just use a matching thread to hold it. But that's not the best. If you're doing it for a client, I would suggest you do that stitching that you use needle for. This video, I didn't intend for it to be too long, but I guess it's getting too long. But yeah, so thank you for watching. This is the zip part. I want to show us, I told you It's not difficult, okay? This is the zip part. So once you sew 0.3 away from the main stitch or 0.2, you'll be good to go. Sorry, there's thread holding it. So make sure to like and subscribe to our channel and turn on your notification bell so you get to see our amazing videos each time we upload new videos. You see, this came a little bit too close to it. Reason is giving me issue, so make sure it's 0.3 away from it. But when I get to iron it, I'm going to have more space. So yeah, will you be trying this? Let us know. Thank you. Bye.